line, and they were not expecting that for some reason. But the other end of this story is, of course, the weather situation. And, you know, Kalee, not that long ago, we were talking about these relatively cool temperatures because we had all of that rain, and now summer has come upon us with a vengeance.
Well, and my question for you, and you may not be able to answer this, so it's okay, but being new to Texas in the last, I would say, year and a half, I've never heard of this.
It's a relatively new thing. This is usually something that we might hear in August when we get to like this string of hundreds, one after another. I think that, you know, maybe a lot of this is that we've had so many people move here over the past several years. I guess you're part of that problem, right?
Don't blame me.
And it's almost just like for some reason it hasn't kept up. But again, today it sounds like right hand hasn't been talking to left hand with the electricity here. And for some reason, the state's electric grid operator is in the dark, pardon the pun there, with what the different generators are doing around the state. They don't know what's up at these plants, and so now they're having to go back and investigate, and hopefully we don't get into rolling blackouts because of that, because that would be miserably hot for a lot of people.
Because the record high temperatures are off to the west of us. Now, we're not dealing with anywhere near record highs. This is expected. Now, we are from DFW to the south and east. That's through 7 o'clock this evening. And if you look, heat index values are into the triple digits. Temperature-wise, we're right around the low to mid 90s. It's not as warm as it was yesterday. So it's 97 in Dallas. It topped out right around 99 yesterday. Only a few degrees. We won't pick it out too much, but 94 in Fort Worth. You can see that there's some cooler temperatures down with this contour to the south, and that is because of some showers and thunderstorms that we'll look at here in just a second. But I mean, it feels like 105 in Fort Worth right now. Look at Denton. Denton's at 107, 104 in McKinney, 107 in Athens, 103 in Canton out there right now. So several locations dealing with this today. And really, it's going to be the case as we move forward through the rest of the week as well. I mean, it is June here in North Texas. This is nothing completely out of the ordinary. We also have a few showers and thunderstorms that have kind of bubbled up here over the course of the last few hours. And if we zoom in a little bit closer, you can see that we do have one just to the south of Arlington. And this right here, it's got heavier rainfall, a little bit of lightning with it, and some small hail possible with this thunderstorm. We have no severe weather out there, but won't be surprised if you see a little hail falling out of that storm. South of Granbury, north of Glen Rose, another area where we're seeing some moderate to heavy rainfall as well. This development will continue over the course of the next few hours. By the time the sun goes down, they'll start to fizzle out because we'll lose the loss of daytime heating. So I have that 10% in coverage for through 7 o'clock, and then we'll see it kind of clear out and mostly clear skies overnight. Warm though, muggy. We are going to see temperatures drop from 94 at 7 o'clock to 89 by 9 o'clock. 83 by midnight, 79 by 4 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow, starting off warm once again, where you walk outside and you're like, it's the morning. Is it really this warm already? Going into the afternoon, I want to show the entire state of Texas, which does have those mid to upper 90s. We are going to feel most of the state like we're in the triple digits as we go into the afternoon on Tuesday. But I do want to talk about another thing that happens in June, and that's hurricane season kicks off. So we are watching a very unorganized area right now in the southern Gulf of Mexico. But if you look here, we could see a 70% chance of development as we move into the next 5 days. So the National Hurricane Center is keeping a very close eye on this, and we will as well. We also have Tropical Depression 2 that is just off the coast of the Carolinas. It is moving away from the shore, so not really a concern, but that's Tropical Depression 2. We will continue to watch this very carefully. As of right now, it looks like it's going to bring rain more so to Louisiana and that side, and not really the Texas coastline. But again, we'll keep an eye on it. So let's go back over the forecast for you tonight. Mostly clear skies. It's warm, muggy, 76 degrees with northeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we go into the day tomorrow, 97. Again, heat index is going to be up to about 104. And unfortunately, it's kind of nice when you have that wind. We're not going to have that. Northeast winds only about 5 miles per hour. So it's going to be very calm, and that's going to make it really hard to cool down out there. If you look here, we're not talking about record heat by any means, but we are talking about above normal temperatures. We should be right around 92. We're going to stay in the mid to upper 90s. But as we get into the weekend, look at this. We do get closer and closer to where we should be by Father's Day. We're about 94 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday. If you look at next week, we do have a small chance of a few showers and thunderstorms, but temperatures continue to stay at or above normal. So we are in a stretch where, you know, most of the beginning part of June was cooler than normal. Now we're going into more of an above normal stretch of weather that will continue into next week. We'll be right back. Dallas-Fort Worth to the south and east, because we are seeing heat index values anywhere from about 104 to 107 degrees. Here's where we are. Let's look at the temperatures. We've got 93 right now in Sulphur Springs, Tyler 96, Waxahachie 90, 97 in Dallas, 95 in Denton, and 96 in Breckenridge. When you factor in the humidity, here you go, guys, bingo, 100 to 107, several different locations. So we've got Canton at 103, that's what it actually feels like. We've got 104 in Corsicana, we've got 105 is what it feels like in Fort Worth, and Denton, one of the higher ones, at about 107 degrees right now. Let's take a live look in Fort Worth because it's also dark. We're dealing with some showers and thunderstorms in southern parts of Tarrant County right now. That storm has really just kind of fizzled out quite a bit. There was up to half-inch size hail, as well as winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, but it kind of petered out a little bit. So just some light rainfall ongoing to the south and east of Fort Worth and the south of Arlington. We've got a few more thunderstorms to the south and to the west of Glen Rose right now. And this activity is going to continue for these locations to the south and west, at least until that sun starts to go down, and then we will see that activity kind of go away. Here's a look at the hour by hour as we move forward, folks. It's going to be a steamy night ahead as temperatures are going to be in the 80s by 10 o'clock, and it'll still feel, Jason, like the low 90s.
I just wanted to let you know I'm a big fan of your thunderstorm petering out sound effects. That was the highlight of my day right there.
I'm glad I could bring comic relief.
Tells you what my day has been like.
Hit a high of 99 again today, but man, that humidity makes it feel hotter.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
The temperatures we're used to, it's when you factor in those high dew points where the sweat doesn't really cool you off at all. So we're going to have this all the way through the rest of the week and into the weekend. That's what we're looking at here. And that as we move forward into tomorrow, but this is for at least the next hour, less than an hour now, for Dallas-Fort Worth and to the south and east. Temperatures are considered much better in many locations because of rainfall. Look at Mineral Wells. You were dealing with some rain, so it's 77 degrees there now. It's 77 in Meridian compared to 96 in Dallas, which has stayed on the eastern side of this complex of thunderstorms that have kind of been bubbling up here. 92 in McKinney, 93 in Denton, 93 in Corsicana. And if you factor in the humidity, this is what it actually feels like. 104 in Corsicana right now, Dallas 102, 101 in both Denton as well as McKinney. Now this is an improvement, especially for Denton. You were up to about a 107 earlier. So it's an improvement and it will continue to get better, but it's still very steamy out there. Let's take a live look in Fort Worth right now where we've got 89 degrees, 97 is what it feels like. What about tomorrow and the rest of the week? We are going to discuss this because we do have a little bit of improvement, Chris. We'll talk more about it in a few minutes.
Yeah, sure hope so, Kalee. You know, even if